women spend way too much time blaming men for um, like the time that they wasted in their life, the heartbreaks that they face, and um, women get to be like in their 30s and 40s, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I wasted, 5, 10 years of my life on this man, and this relationship and that relationship. And it's like, whose fault is that? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we spend way too much time like waiting for men to kind of tell us like what the next move should be, whether we're even in a relationship or not. And I just feel like if we took more accountability for that, like responsibility for that, I'm not saying we wouldn't like never be heartbroken or never be disappointed, but at least like we're making the choice to like stay or not stay, deal or not deal, move on or, like stay where we're at. You know what I'm saying? And I've been on a few like podcasts lately and talking about just relationships, and one of the biggest things was men was saying like women just don't take accountability. And I mean, I get it. I'm a woman. A lot of times I'm throwing blame around and stuff too, you know what I mean? But um, like I said on the podcast, like no man can really waste any time that, you don't give him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's up to you to say, you know what, like this is not fulfilling me anymore. You know what I mean? This is not like I'm not getting what I need out of this. It's not serving me anymore. One of the things that um I respect and admire about, men a lot of times is like they'll see a situation for what it is, and they either decide to get what they're going to get out of it, and then move on, or stay if it's even if it's not like 100% what they want, even if it's only 50% of what they want. Like they know that, hey, this is only 50% of what I want. I'm settling here, but it is providing me with something, and I'm just going to stay here because it's better than what's out there. Or I'm just going to stay here as long as this situation is serving me. And I feel like a lot of times women don't do that. It's like we're not getting what we want. Like our needs are not being met in whatever situation, not just relationships, even like in at work. And we just keep dealing with it and dealing with it and dealing with it, and keep just like regretting the situation that we're in. But it's like, whose fault is that? That's what this all boils down to. It's like, whose fault is it? Like, we have to start taking more accountability for the role that we play in, a lot of the disappointments that we feel, and a lot of the times when, our heart gets broken. And in my opinion, like a heart gets broken a lot of times because you were going off of like what you thought things could be or should have been, instead of looking at what is really in front of you. You know what I mean? Like I've been in situations myself where I'm going off the what the person is saying to me, but his actions or their actions are totally different. Their actions are totally different. With three world, what's good? The actions were totally different. So had I, judged a person and off of what they were actually showing me, like the movements they were making, I should have said to myself, you know what? This doesn't look good. This doesn't feel good. This is not what I got into it for. This is not serving me anymore. Let me move on from this, right? And then I wouldn't have had years and years and years of, how could you do this to me? Why would you do this to me? I'm so disappointed, whatever the case. I really should have been saying that to myself. Like, how could you stay in this? Why are you staying in something if you're not happy? How did things change, so quickly, and you notice that they changed? Why are you still here? And then another thing, that ride or die chick like mentality, or just the narrative of it, that needs to die. Because for one, I've never heard of like a ride or die nigga or ride or die man. Like I've never heard of that. You know what I mean? You don't hear men like bragging about being a ride or die. Like it just doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So somehow, some way, they convinced us that like being this ride or die chick is the thing. but you ain't never heard of no ride or die man. So it goes back to the first point. It's like if you are not getting something that is mutually beneficial and all you're doing is putting out, putting out, putting out, if you stay in that, that's on you. That's not his fault. You cannot keep blaming him. Um, Maybe the little bit that you are getting to you is beneficial. And hey, cool, that's fine. If that 20% that you're getting is enough for you, that's cool. But like later on, you can't be talking about, well, I was giving 100%, he was only giving 20, and he wasted my time. That ain't how it works. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to say it because, like I said, I've been on a lot of podcasts the past couple. Well, not a lot, but I've been on a few podcasts the past couple of weeks, and I always do polls also, like online, and so I ask, things from a woman's perspective, things from a man's perspective, and a lot of times men are saying the biggest issue that they have with women is that we don't take accountability for our own actions. And I'm guilty of that too. I spent, more time than I should have blaming other people for things or situations that I had control over or I could have took control over. I'm the one that has to live with myself and the decisions that I make. So it's really nobody else's fault if somebody is wasting my time. You feel me? Um, the other thing is that I wanted to tackle real quick. Um, the narrative that women are passing over good guys for, like, I don't know, hood niggas or thugs or whatever the case may be. I wish it was more women on here because I really want to ask y'all if that's what y'all doing. Because to me, I feel like that's a narrative that like men kind of created and have just been able to run with it. Like I personally, well, no, I know one person. I know one friend that had a good guy or was with a good guy, but she, like he just wasn't doing it for her. And I still don't believe that it was just that he was a good guy. I just feel like they didn't have like that chemistry. And I feel like the chemistry is missing when people say that like, they're not attracted to like good guys or because I mean, what person doesn't want to be with a person that treats them good and treats them right, right? And like I had said the other night on a conversation that I was having, I think people are mixing up like toxic and exciting because everybody wants to be with somebody that, is exciting, makes them feel alive. You have that chemistry, y'all vibing, like you always want to be around this person. Their presence just makes you feel like excited and alive. You know what I mean? And I think that's what people are looking for. We're looking for excitement. We're not looking for toxic. No woman that I know wants to be with somebody that is dogging her out, is treating on her, doesn't respect her, cheating, excuse me, doesn't respect her, doesn't treat her like a queen. Like that's to me, that's just not. I just don't think that's the case. So I think people are getting toxic and looking for like excitement um, mixed up. I want to be with somebody that is exciting. You know what I mean? Somebody that makes me, like I said, like I'm excited to see that person. I can't get enough of them. I don't want to be with somebody that is toxic. Like that's just inviting mess into my life. And I can't believe that that women would want that. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't make sense to me. I think that's a narrative that kind of needs to die. And if there was more women in here, or if y'all watch this and like during the replay, just hit me in my comments and let me know if I'm tripping, or if you have an example of like when you had a good man in your life, and you passed him over for somebody that was toxic or whatever the case may be. So I'm not sure how long I've been up here. I really only wanted to be up here for like 10 minutes. I might do this like weekly just to kind of get like the point across that I'm, because Twitter only gives you so many characters to get your point across. So kind of just get up here for like a few minutes to get my point out for the week or whatever, and leave it like that. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this. Let me know, in the comments what you think about what I was saying, what your opinions are, what your experience has been, and I'll see you guys next week.